Hey now. So looks like Disney's having a little bit of a problem. Just
Disney is?
tiny,
Disney?
yeah, Disney.
I love Disney. What's going on with Disney? What?
A little bit of a problem. They're not doing so well. Their recent properties haven't been doing so well financially. I don't know if you heard about those.
Very depressing. Wow.
So here's an interesting article. They're talking about the latest SEC report by Disney. They seem to acknowledge not only problems their properties are facing, but possibly even saying and understanding that wokeness is losing them money.
Wow. So they're actually putting this in their quarterly reports now.
Yes.
Guess what?
Yes.
We went too far on the woke meter, guys, and now we're broke.
But let me read you. This is interesting. So in the annual SEC report, Disney acknowledged that, quote, we face risks relating to misalignment with public and consumer tastes and preferences for entertainment, travel, and consumer products. But then they also say, okay, which that can mean a lot of things, right? That could mean a lot of things. That's them acknowledging.
I know what it means.
Yeah, that's them saying that we done goofed. We effed up. Okay, people don't like our things that we're doing. Okay,
how to say that you've gone too woke without saying it, right?
Right. Well, they say consumers' perceptions of our position on matters of public interest, including our efforts to achieve certain of our environmental and social goals, often differ widely and present risks to our reputation and brands.
Wow. That is, that's basically saying it. That's as close to saying it as they're going to get without actually just saying, look, get woke, go broke.
Yeah, well, that's them directly saying that they're doing their ESG stuff is definitely hurting their brand and giving them a bad public reputation.
Well, and they're kind of admitting to doing having social goals.
Yeah. Well, I'm assuming when they say social goal, they're talking about the ESG crap, right?
Right.
Their environmental and social goal stuff. Definitely, 100%.
Yes, yeah. So you have some numbers on the...
Right. And so part of the reason here that this is all going on is kind of beyond, whether Disney's woke and how it's affecting them, because obviously it is. Their other properties are suffering. There's an article earlier this year from Forbes, and it says the 4 flops of 2023, the cost of Disney's $1 billion. Okay. So this is from early in the year. Disney had 4 massive flops. It had Ant-Man, The Little Mermaid, Indiana Jones, and Secret Invasion.
Wow.
Okay. And all these things cost total $1 billion. And right now, they had their new movie that just came out, Wish, apparently has flopped over Thanksgiving weekend.
Right. So they got a 5th flop
right
in the hopper there. And those are all those movies. Those are some classic movies. Those shouldn't be flops. Those should be giant blockbusters.
Well,
Indiana Jones.
Well, listen, how old is Harrison Ford? He's like
yes, yeah. Well,
he's like a million years old by now.
We can argue about that, but if it was my project, I would have cast a younger actor and just tried to reboot the franchise that way.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. Bob Iger said regarding this, he said that we need to reduce costs on everything we make. While we're extremely proud of what's on screen, it's gotten to the point where it's extraordinarily expensive.
What?
Okay, so there is an acknowledgement.
That's not the problem.
Right. So even though some of the movies like Little Mermaid did make money, it made 500 million worldwide. It did have a production cost of 300 million and was only the 7th highest grossing of all the live action remakes. So it's definitely towards the bottom end of the live action remakes, even though something like Little Mermaid was probably one of the most popular and famous of original Disney cartoons.
Yes, that should have been a blockbuster as well. Right. That should have been bigger than Indiana Jones, obviously.
Well, it's interesting because Aladdin, the live action Aladdin remake, made $1 billion. And Little Mermaid only made 500 million. So that's not a good trend that they want to see going on there. So do you think Disney can die, Adam? Do you think this is like the end of Disney?
I think Disney is such a part of our culture that it can never it can never be it can never die.
Mm.
It can be hurt. It's definitely hurt right now. It's definitely it's gone in a direction that a lot of people find distasteful and away from their original charter of just family friendly films that anybody of any political persuasion can enjoy and share with their children. And I feel like a lot of the politics that they're shoehorning in has kind of moved away from that original charter. It's this trying to serve two masters thing.
Hmm.
They're trying to serve the family friendly image that they've built up, that they've serviced over time, this like classic characters, classic storytelling image, and this whole modern social justice agenda. And I think those two goals are incompatible. What do you think?
No, I mean, I agree with you 100%. I think they're also getting hit with kind of the double whammy of, everything has to be, not everything, but most things have to be sequels and remakes nowadays. And now that they're not sequel, not remake, movie Wish has done horribly. That's just gonna reinforce that. And so it's kind of like everything sequels, remakes, or Marvel movies or whatever. And so people are kind of getting bored of all that stuff. But then on top of that, it feels like to me that because they're not going out there and hiring like the best writers. There seems to me like they are kind of just hiring people for woke reasons or for subversive reasons or something. They're basically shoehorning a lot of people to work on these movies, to write these movies that just have these really lame scripts. And that's what's always baffling to me is that when you look up some of these movies, these big budget, massive Disney movies, and you look at the writer and it's like they have two tiny movies under their belt beforehand. And
Right.
you're like, why? Like, what's going on there? Is it, why are they hiring these people that have nothing underneath them? Is it just because they don't want to pay the writer any amount of money? Maybe that's it. Maybe they're just being cheap with the writing. But I think it's showing. I think it's really showing. I think maybe they have an attitude of, we're Disney, we're doing some big brand that everyone knows. We're doing Indiana Jones, The Little Mermaid, or Ant-Man, or whatever. We don't need to have good writing. People will just come see it because it's the big thing. And I think they're slowly, well, maybe not slowly, but hopefully learning that now that doesn't work. You still have to make a good quality story.
Right. And a lot of the social justice stuff kind of is in conflict with that, making a good story, obviously. It stands in the way. There's people that have moral sensibilities that are completely different now
Yes.
than, I guess, a classic hero's journey type moral intuitions that people have. A lot of these younger people, I mean, they kind of find that distasteful, which maybe society is dividing in a way that this rift is not, you can't make a movie that's going to appeal to both the progressive type activists and also just rank and file normies. That could be part of the problem.
Yeah, but and I think trying to make a movie for progressive type activists is that's never going to net them what they want. You have to make movies for normies.
Yeah, so. What is the purpose of this? Like, why do they feel? I guess it's because they have shareholders that they have to appeal to that are these progressive types. It's very bizarre, but a lot of wealthy people do have these progressive moral intuitions. So I guess they want to feel the shareholders in the companies want to feel that the movies are improving the world in a tangible way, in addition to making money and entertaining people. They want to, they feel like these classic stories kind of ingrained gender stereotypes that were harmful at one time. So Disney's in this place where they have to, they're kind of making amends for their past catalog at the same time that they're trying to appeal to this younger audience. And it is kind of a no-win situation for them. I know a lot of people now, they really despise Disney, especially a lot of conservatives really despise Disney because they feel like Disney has this giant cultural impact. And they feel like they have somewhat damaged culture in a way with all of these social justice agenda in their movies and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And so they want Disney to die because they want Disney to pay. They want justice. They want to bring Disney to justice. So I do see a lot of videos from creators that I like that are just, I mean, they want Disney stock to go to zero. That's really their ultimate goal.
Right.
I'm a little more optimistic. I feel like Disney has all of these properties, and Disney's just kind of been, nudged onto the wrong path here. I feel like we can save Disney. Am I too optimistic, Sitch?
No, I think Disney can be saved. You asked this good question. Why are they doing this in the first place?
Yeah.
I think part of it is just, obviously the people that run Disney and these corporations just have, especially these movie, anything related to media is going to have a left-wing bias already.
Right.
And that's going to, and they think, oh, this, kids like all the woke stuff and they're trying to appeal to kids. So that's probably part of it too. And honestly, I think part of it, you bring up a good point about like the shareholders wanting to feel like they've changed the world in some positive way.
Yeah, they want to think that their money is doing something good in the world.
Right, which is hilarious when you're talking
going to an oil company, right?
Yeah, which is hilarious because it's Disney. I mean, I don't know, what do you do there? But listen, I hate to say it, but I think I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of this is just TDS. Is Donald Trump
really?
Yes,
really? Oh,
is
wow.
like I was thinking about this actually today about how I think a lot of what happened when Donald Trump was president with wokeness and still happening now was that, when Trump won the presidency and it kind of shell shocked a lot of people on the left, the narrative that was put out by the media was Donald Trump won because the nation is filled with racist, sexist people.
Right.
And so I think a lot of those people believe that narrative and they're like, well, I have to do my part to push back against America being taken over by racist, sexist, a-holes.
Right.
And so part of that is manifesting, I think, in Disney and other media, like, well, we have to make all our movies like super progressive to fight back against this stuff.
Right, right. We have to create positive stereotypes of marginalized people. Otherwise, the Trump MAGA people are going to win.
Right.
Yeah, that's an interesting perspective, and I'm sure that's part of it, especially in Hollywood. Yeah, in Los Angeles, so many of my friends have rampant TDS. It's a little... I mean, I feel bad for them. I'm like, this is taking years off of your life. So I do feel a tad bad for them. I know other people will say, look, they had it coming at them, but look, I'm a softie.
There you go.
So any final thoughts before we wrap up?
That's it.
Hi, you just listened to a Sitch and Adam recorded video. That's right, we're doing Monday through Friday deep dive recorded videos now. And of course, we're still doing our live streams. Our live streams are on Sunday and Tuesday starting at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. And you can super chat us, or you can join the channel. Subscribe to this channel right here to watch the live show or watch more of our awesome deep dive videos.